Good morning. How are you doing? Happy July 4th. I have my last sip of coffee here and I wanted to share this while I talk about today's video and what I have planned. I woke up this morning craving strawberry shortcake, and strawberry shortcake is my absolute favorite dessert, and I have this recipe book. This is the Sweet Laurel cookbook. She also has a savory cookbook as well, but this is the strawberry shortcake cupcakes, and I thought we could make these together today because I don't know, something about the 4th of July always makes me crave, it sounds like I'm about to say a Legally Blonde quote, but it always makes me crave strawberries and something tart. So I plan on doing that today. I did a little festive red lip today. This is the Chanel Daring Red. It's a gloss on this side and then more of a lipstick stain. It really dries down though, so you do have to make sure to keep topping it with this clear top, but it lasts for so long. And I didn't tell you in my last video, in May I got my Invisalign removed, so I can wear bolder lipsticks like this without worrying about it getting on my Invisalign. But Matt and I don't really have any plans today. He actually has to work, so I thought it would be fun to make these cupcakes with you and just chat with you. We typically don't really do a lot on the 4th of July. It usually rains. Anytime we've had people over, it ends up raining out our plans, and it looks like it's starting to have a little bit of pop-up clouds today, so we'll see. It probably will rain. We were out this morning on a walk and it was already, the heat index was already 100 degrees at 10 o'clock this morning. So it's just miserable. Let me know how the weather is where you are because I'm sure it's hot everywhere at this point. I put my hair in this is a bandana that I got from J.Crew so many years ago. I want to say I've had this since 2017, I think. I think I got it the first year that we moved here. We moved here in 2016, but I think I got it the following spring. But it has these little watermelons on it, and I thought that that would be fun. I'll show you what I'm wearing in the mirror a little bit closer, but this is the white linen dress I think I shared last year. I got it from Bowden. Was it last year? I think it was last spring that I got it. And I also wanted to share something that has, I mentioned a little bit of what we've been going through in my last video, but something that I've been doing in the mornings instead of picking up my phone and scrolling through social media, which is just, I know it's not good for you, but it's something that I do. Like, it's just an automatic pick my phone up, check everything, look at my notifications, check my email. And I've tried to steer clear of doing that. I go through phases where I do really well with not getting on my phone in the morning, and then I end up kind of getting back into being on my phone. But what I've been doing is if I have something that I can look forward to or I know is going to get my attention as much as me scrolling through my phone will do, then it's less likely for me to hop on my phone first thing in the morning. So I wanted to share this with you in case you're trying to do the same thing. When I'm drinking my coffee in the morning and as we're waking up, I like to flip through a coffee table book. I love collecting coffee table books. That's just something that I do for fun, is I'll go through and browse on Amazon different coffee table books to purchase. And this is my most recent find. It's called Timeless Paris, and it's written by an artist. And what he did is he went around to various ateliers and emporiums to share his findings and showcasing these really beautiful old places in France that we have nothing like here in the United States. But oh my gosh, just look at the eye candy. It is so inspiring and gorgeous and just a beautiful book. I mean, look at the front. It is so beautiful. So I've been looking through this. The crazy thing is I actually purchased this before I started to take the soft pastel class that I'm taking, that I talked about in my last video. And he highlighted a couple of the brands that are created in France, which I thought was so crazy because I didn't even know what a soft pastel was in May when I got this. And yeah, I've just been, look at this. I mean, how insanely gorgeous is that? So this is the page that shows the Sennelier brand, and they make the soft pastels that I got that were recommended by my teacher, Valerie. And I thought that this was so interesting. It says that this has been owned by the same family since 1887. And can you just imagine something being in your family for that long? And they don't just do soft pastels, they create a lot of different art mediums. And can you imagine just going through there and looking through all of these drawers and drawers of gorgeous colors and pigments? And oh my gosh, I feel like I would spend hours. I've never been to France. I've never been anywhere in Europe, and this is on my #1 must-do list now. So I've been doing this in the mornings, browsing through one of my coffee table books, something to feel inspired instead of immediately hit with all of the news and everything that I look at on social media. But if you are looking for a way to maybe get away from social media scrolling in the morning, then I recommend picking up a book like this, something that you find inspiring, and flipping through it when you wake up. I feel like it's gonna be one of those days where I like that I put red lips on and it feels very festive and fun because it's a rare occasion that I wear this. However, I feel like I'm gonna constantly be worried that it's gonna get on something, especially this white dress. So we will see how long this lasts. But I'm gonna finish my coffee and I will catch up with you in a bit. If you can see, I will see, how am I gonna show this? I'm gonna show you this on my phone. Little Mickey, he's asleep this morning. It always takes him a little bit of time to get up, especially after we go for a walk. I wanted to show you the recipe, so I'm gonna put it here on the screen if you wanna make it. It's from the Sweet Laurel cookbook, and it's one of my favorites. If you have to eat gluten-free, or if you like to eat gluten-free, I highly recommend it. Also, she doesn't use any processed sugars or anything like that. Most things are maple syrup, molasses. What else, Matt? I don't think she's used honey. That's right, but no rice syrup. A lot of times if people are using sugar substitutes, they'll use rice syrup, but because this is a grain-free cookbook, she doesn't use rice syrup. So I really like that. And everything we've made so far is nice. I will say there was one year we made a cake and it called for rose water, I think, and it was a little too floral, but it could have just been us. Most everything that we've made has been pretty good. I got rid of the red lips. Matt made turkey burgers for lunch, so I ate that, and I didn't want to have red lipstick all over my bread when I was eating it. So I didn't think that they would last for long, but you know what? I was festive for a little bit. Goodness me, are you trying to say hello? Come here. So Mickey, if you don't know, when he had this surgery, they removed a lot more teeth than what we wanted or what we thought he was gonna have removed. So now I have to hand feed him because he's got into a habit of, it started because he choked once on his food and it scared him so much that he remembers that and now only wants to be hand fed. So Matt and he's over there grunting because Matt's holding him. So Matt and I have to hand feed him now, and we make chicken and boiled eggs and different vegetables. And yeah, so it's a new thing, it's a new development that we've been dealing with for the past few months. But I think it just scared him so much, and I'd prefer to do this way if he's gonna choke. We talked to our vet about it, and he said, you know, dogs, when they go through something traumatic like what he did, it could change their behavior. So I also feed him the Stella and Chewy's freeze-dried little pucks. He really likes those. But we have to tear them into tiny little pieces to feed him because they're too big for him to eat on its own. Another thing that I wanted to mention is that in the recipe, it calls for the coconut whipped cream in her cookbook. But we're gonna use the So Delicious Cocoa Whip, which is a dairy-free whipped topping, because we don't have a stand mixer and it's very difficult to make without that. And this is just so much easier, so much faster. So we're gonna use this So Delicious brand. You could use any brand, I'm sure. I wish you guys could smell these. They smell so good. So we're gonna wait for these to cool, and then we're gonna put the strawberry mixture that we made in between. It says to slice them in half. So I think we're gonna slice them and then try to put it inside and then a little bit on top, and then the coconut whipped cream. is. It's a little melty because we didn't wait for it to cool for too long because we were both just too excited to give it a try. And oh my gosh, it's not the prettiest. Actually, this is very pretty. It's just a little messy looking because you do have to cut the cupcakes in half. And because it is a grain-free, it's a little bit more crumbly, but let's give it a try. It looks delicious. And I put some mint leaves on top. Let's get a little whipped cream in there. Exactly what I was craving and what I wanted this morning when I woke up. There's the perfect amount of sweetness in the cupcake itself. Oh, and with the strawberries, it is the perfect summer dessert. The mint adds a nice coolness, and oh my goodness, I think I could eat this every single day. Apologies for the loud vent fan that I'm sure you could probably hear in the background. There's already a lot of noise going on outside, and Mickey is a bit on edge. If any of you have pets, you know that the 4th of July can be a bit nerve-wracking for our animals, and people have already started. I have no idea. It's still daylight, but I have no idea. Last night we were lying in bed it was past midnight, and I woke up to someone shooting off fireworks. I don't understand why people have to do them so late at night, but yeah, I guess that's just one of the things about these types of holidays. But I made myself some iced hibiscus tea. I typically like to drink this hot. I'm more of a hot tea drinker than iced tea, but it is so warm today, and I thought that this would be nice because hibiscus tea has a lot of flavor anyways, and I didn't sweeten it or anything. I don't put anything special in it. I just brew it extra strong and then put it on ice in my pitcher. And I plan on, because I know that I'm gonna be a bit on edge because of Mickey and taking care of him, I plan on doing something that I like to do it's relaxing to me. And I have to be honest, it was, oh, what year was it? I think it was 2018, the beginning of 2018, when Matt and I were staying with his parents over Christmas. They had a power outage because it snowed in Charleston, South Carolina, which never happens. And they had a power outage, and Matt and his mom decided to do a puzzle. And I just was not a puzzle person then. I remember just thinking, how, like, this is so boring and I just want to go outside. I don't want to stay inside. I don't want to do a puzzle. But I have become quite the puzzle collector and puzzle person, and I don't know what you call it, someone who does puzzles. But I found Joy LaForme. She does puzzles with Gallison, and I'll show you. It looks like this. I have collected every single one of her puzzles so far, and this one was the one that she came out with for Mother's Day this year, and I get them on Amazon. I'll put a link to them down below if you guys are curious. But yeah, this one is a 500 piece. I can typically do a 500 piece by myself in a night if I devote a couple of hours to it, and then I'll get Matt to help me with 1,000 puzzle pieces, and those typically take a little bit longer. I will say that recently I saw, oh my gosh, someone's Instagram, and I started following her because she does the cutest reels and short videos of different little cozy elements around her home. But she did this little cottage, and it was a 3D puzzle, kind of one of those book nooks. Have any of you seen that? But it was so adorable, and I ordered that from Amazon, and I have to say, that one I did not have patience for. It took me a good month to finally finish it. It was out on our table for so long, and I just kept looking at it, and Matt kept being like, are you ever gonna finish this thing? I'm like, it's so tiny and tedious. I had a lot of fun at first putting everything together, but then there was a little bit of electrical wiring that you had to configure with it, and that part is what lost me. I started to, when the wires got involved in this piece connected to this piece, and I was just like, oh, it's too much. It's not relaxing anymore. Now I'm frustrated, and now it's not serving its purpose, which the reason why I like to do it is sort of like a mindfulness experience for me, and something just to kind of unwind at night to help me relax and stay calm. Like I said, I've struggled a lot with anxiety, and so I'm always trying to find things that help me just relax and get off my phone, unplug for a little bit, and doing puzzles. Back to what I was saying. doing puzzles has become one of those things for me, and I never, ever, ever would have imagined that I would become a puzzle person, or puzzle, what do you just say puzzle, a puzzle hobbyist? I don't know, but it's always Joy LaForms. I subscribe to her newsletter, and she just has such beautiful artwork. The quality is fantastic. The pieces have kind of a soft matte finish, so they don't get a glare from the lights. If you do puzzles, then you know that can be a little bit frustrating, and they fit together really well. They don't fall and slide apart. Some of the older ones that I've purchased of hers, the quality wasn't as good. They've really improved their quality over the years, and I think she's been creating puzzles with them for quite a while. So if you like to do puzzles, highly recommend. It's not something that I ever would have thought that I would be into. But anyways, let me drink a little bit of this tea. I feel like the ice has already melted significantly. It's so good. If you've never had hibiscus tea, it has kind of a tart, tangy flavor, and if you don't typically drink something that's not sweet, this one would be a good one to try because it's got a lot of flavor. It's not very dull. It's a really nice bright flavor. I realize that it's pretty risky of me to be sitting here drinking this tea, a bright red hibiscus tea with this dress on, and making the strawberry shortcake earlier. I thought about that. Why don't I have an apron on? I don't know. But on that note, I'm gonna have some more of my tea carefully so that I don't spill. In fact, I probably should just go and change out of this dress. We're not doing anything for the rest of this evening, so I think I'm gonna put some comfortable clothes on and get to work on my puzzle. It's next day, and I actually had to finish the puzzle this morning because he had a bit of a rough night, which I'm sure if any of you have children or pets that are afraid of fireworks, you also struggle. Do you hear him grunting like that? My goodness. But I tried to distract him as much as possible, and I just wasn't able to work on the puzzle. We had to sit together on the couch, and I turned the TV up really, really loud, and all of the vent fans, I turned the fan over the stove on and the bathroom fan on to hopefully drown out most of the noise, and it kind of worked, but he was still really on edge. But I forgot to tell you guys that we put my wall panels back up in this room. I took them down initially because they changed the white balance in the video, so this is kind of a test, but honestly, I don't feel like taking them down again, so I'm just gonna deal with it. It was just difficult for me because when I would edit a video, it would turn everything yellow, and then if I held something up in a certain way, it kind of flashed the whole screen in it would mess up the white balance, essentially. Goodness. Are you so tired, baby? But it would mess with the white balance, so I wanted them up just because I think that they're really pretty, and I made them with wallpaper without glass or anything, and that way they wouldn't reflect light for filming purposes, and I just think that they look really nice. So yeah, I have them back up again. Oh, and I have a package here that I was going to unbox with you. This is actually from L'Occitane, and I always love when they send me something, and I can already tell that I'm really going to love this because my favorite product of theirs, aside from the lavender bath foam, is their almond oil and their almond line, just specifically. So I haven't opened this yet, but I'm very excited because I know I'm going to love it. Oh, it's the almond shower oil, which is my favorite product that they make in the almond range. And how cute is this? Look, it came with a nutcracker, or I guess 4 almonds. You can use me to crack the almond. That's what it says. That's so cute. So it says the almond shower oil is known for its milky lather, gentle cleanse, and decadent aroma. Experience it now. Celebrating 20 years? Wow! I haven't bought a refill of this in a while, and I'm actually in need of this. Here is the shower oil. I'm sure most of you have probably seen this before. I've talked about it in a lot of videos over the years. I've been using it for such a long time. I'm so excited to have another bottle of this though. And just let me pop it out. This is a lot more convoluted to get out than I thought it was. I think I'm gonna need some scissors, so I'll just wait. But that's the bottle, in case you're wondering. I also got my Nordstrom anniversary sale catalog, and I have to say, the past few years, I just haven't been as excited about the Nordstrom anniversary sale as I was many years ago, and part of it is because my style has changed a little bit. I buy more pieces that I can wear year after year, so I'm not really shopping as much, and I don't know. I also struggle with the sale in general because I live in Florida and I don't really have a need for a lot of the fall, like this coat and boots. So when am I going to wear that unless we travel? And I'm not going to buy something just because we're traveling unless it's a need that like a hole that I need to fill in my wardrobe, which honestly would be a good time to get one of these Barber jackets I really like. I don't have one currently. I got rid of mine because it was a little small and they're such a great investment. I did see a Reese coat in here as well that was gorgeous. I think it was a wool coat. I don't need that, so it's not something that I'm gonna get, but if I needed one, that one would be on my list. No, I'm not gonna be able to find it. Here is the Reese coat that I was talking about in red. I don't know if you can see it if there's a glare, but oh my gosh, how gorgeous is that? How gorgeous is this page? I love all of the red. So pretty. This Veronica Beard tweed dress, gorgeous. I have a tweed dress, otherwise I would like that one. Actually, I don't really love that it has these cap sleeves. I have a little bit of broader shoulders, so they just don't look very flattering on me, but man. But it is also a good time to stock up on beauty. The past few years, or the past couple of years, I will say that I've mostly repurchased beauty products, a pair of denim jeans, shoes if I need to choose. The beauty sets are always what gets me, like this La Mer set. The concentrate is amazing. I don't need it, but I want it, but I'm not going to buy it because it's just a little bit out of my price range currently. I just bought stuff at the Sicily sale and I think I'm set for a bit. I have wanted one of these Longchamp cosmetic bags. I just think that they're really cute and it's $70.99. Normally after this sale it'll be $95. That's a good deal. This Osea set is $58 and it's valued at $98. This is actually really nice. I have the body oil. I love it and I'd like to try those other two. I had a sample of the body, or I'm sorry. Did I say I have the body butter? I have the body oil and I've tried a sample of the body butter and it's fantastic. So I'd like to try that. I've heard really good things about True Botanicals, but I've never tried it before. I think my sister's tried it and she told me that she really liked it. So maybe I can check out this set, even though I don't really need anything in my skincare routine right now. The GHD Platinum, I have that, and I actually have this curling iron, but those are amazing hair tools. If you curl your hair, if you flat iron your hair, both of the GHD, anything by GHD I love. They last for a really long time. During the anniversary sale, I do always like to stock up on bras, and I'll do a blog post like I've done in the past of all of my recommendations and just kind of a roundup of what I would choose or what I have purchased in the past that I love and I still use, if that would be helpful. But I wanted to kind of flip through that a little bit with you. Let me show you what I'm wearing. This is an old top from J.Crew and I have it tucked into this maxi skirt, which you can't see. I'll film it in the mirror so that you can see. I did a Zoom call art class with the soft pastels class that I told you guys about, and so I was able to work on that this evening. And oh, another reason why I never got around to finishing the puzzle last night is because my sister called and FaceTimed with my niece and nephew and showed me what they were doing. They're in California and she was showing me what they were doing for the 4th, and they bought this big inflatable pool and the kids were playing in that, and they actually are coming to Orlando at the end of July, so I can't wait. I get to see them. But yeah, I wanted to catch you up and tell you about the puzzle because I kind of left you hanging and didn't really complete it until this morning and didn't check back in last night.